Halo pemirsa, langsung dari studio IDX Channel Jakarta, saya Wiki Adrian hadir dalam Market Review, program yang mengupas isu-isu penggerak perekonomian Indonesia. Dan jangan lupa live streaming kami dapat Anda saksikan di idxchannel.com. Dan pemirsa, mari kita ikuti Market Review selengkapnya. Yeah, the Indonesian Stock Exchange has a function to carry out literacy programs related to investment and financing through the Indonesian capital market to various segments of society for the sake of Indonesian economic growth. Increasing the number of literacy activities, inclusion, and capital market activities will continue to be intensified to achieve this. So one of the terms that is very familiar in capital market industry is IPO. An IPO, or initial public offering, is the term for the first time that a private company sells shares of its stock to the public on a stock exchange. The event means that the company has transitioned from private to public ownership. Of course, this is one of the strategy of company to expand its business. And what are the benefits of IPO and what are the inspirational stories behind it? To dig deeper on this, I'm going to have a conversation with President Director of ITSEC Asia, TBK, Mr. Patrick Rudolf Dannacher. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick, for joining us here on Market Review. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right.
Thanks for the invitation, and we are more than happy to share our story with your viewers and with the public, because we are a very proud Indonesian company to be now on the stock exchange for more than 18 months already.
Sure, we need this talk show. So I'm going to have this segment to know actually CYBR as the stock code of the it's like
that's
company.
Correct, yes.
To know the company better. So can you explain just a little bit about the company's core business model?
Well, we are a cybersecurity company formed this year 15 years ago in Indonesia, and we are very proud we are a cybersecurity company from Indonesia who went international, different to the latest trends where a lot of companies are coming here and setting up businesses here. We really made a point of growing our local business so much that we could expand our business internationally. Of course, a cybersecurity company at our size with over 350 employees globally, we not only provide one service, but we actually provide a full suite of cybersecurity services, including security operation centers where we monitor major banks and telcos, managed security services where we actually help companies in their day-to-day affairs with their cybersecurity needs, because there's a shortage of talents in cybersecurity industry. So for us to really collaborate with local companies which are large or medium sized, it's very important to get them to be secure, because the threats are, as we can see from the news and newspapers, they're not getting lesser, they're actually getting more.
Yeah.
So really we focus on providing an end-to-end solution for our clients for over 15 years. We have over 200 clients globally, and we are very proud from an Indonesian standpoint to go internationally and serve clients in more than 15 countries by now.
Yeah. What you explained just now is leading me to have this urgency to ask you the following up question, of course, about the Indonesian market. Why Indonesia? Why is it interesting, of course, from the point of view of CYBR?
A very good question. Thank you very much. I think for us, it really felt the right time and place to do an IPO, an initial public offering. Obviously, there are several advantages, and we have studied several stock exchanges around the world. And obviously also for us, because most of our revenues and most of our employees are Indonesia, it really at the end also triggered down that Indonesia is and will be the best place for a public offering for us. Other than that, I think the Indonesian stock market offers various advantages compared to others. I think the strategy to include more investors, to grow the investor base, is also something where we felt is very attractive for us. And Indonesia is one of the biggest markets in Southeast Asia. Hence,
talking about the market, so can you explain more on that? Why Indonesia is one of the potential market, especially coming from your point of view?
I think the sheer size of the domestic economy is definitely an interesting part. 80% of our employees are here. 80% of our revenues at that time were Indonesian-driven revenues. And also, I think the whole setup of IDX and the professionalism you have is in par with any other stock exchanges. So we felt that we are very comfortable to list here. Access to capital market in Indonesia is very important to us. And it's also a commitment to grow further in Indonesia and not elsewhere. And I think we are very proud to make that commitment. And we were extremely happy with the journey we had. It was really a very organized process, and we could not have been more happy to get this done. And all the timelines have been met. And I think that was definitely something where I would also like to tell this to other companies, that listing in Indonesia is definitely something which should be on their roadmap.
Okay, the viewers and of course me also getting know better of CYBR right now, because you explained the core business of it and some of the product or services that have been presented to the market. So can you explain more on the product that or services that have been presented to the market that so far are well absorbed by the market in Indonesia?
I think the latest and I think most interesting development in terms of products and services is that about 2 years ago we have taken the initiative to produce cybersecurity solutions and software and products in Indonesia. Our R&D team is maybe one of the biggest in Indonesia in cybersecurity. It's over 40 people strong, filled with Indonesian talents. As I said at the beginning, it's very difficult to find talents, but we definitely have them. And I think the advantage we have and the solutions we come out is really in collaboration with our clients. So the client needs and demands have translated in these products. And the IntelliBron product range is now covering 3 items. I think that's very important. So we want to democratize a little bit access to cybersecurity solutions. So we felt producing cybersecurity solutions in Indonesia will have, of course, a price advantage than buying solutions from overseas. It's really addressed to the market directly. It follows the rules and regulations and requirements of the market. And it's run by Indonesian people. So we're very, very close to the clients and became very close to the clients. So we have one solution which covers the smaller and medium-sized enterprises, which are overlooked, mainly because of budget constraints, lack of talents. So we really try to help getting more people savvy in cybersecurity, getting them to use the right tools. The second one is threat intelligence. So basically, act before something happens. So find out before something happens.
Preventive actions.
Exactly, it's always easier. And the last one is really B2C, which is rolling out very soon, where we actually start to secure mobile phone devices, which, of course, this is a main concern for companies because they let people bring their own devices to their own infrastructure. So I think that's these 3 things will cover our expansion plans quite nicely. It's also the use of proceeds from the IPO is actually going into this development.
Sure, interesting. Since you're mentioning SME, so the interesting narrative is about how to make the cybersecurity services becoming more inclusive. So it's not only belong to one big or some of the big companies, but it also belong to small, medium enterprises, as you mentioned before. So what do you think about this narrative and how important this segment actually? We're going to continue that. We're going to talk about that later on because we need to have a break right now. Dan pemirsa, tetap bersama kami, saja kami akan segera kembali.